Hi, welcome to Dark Politics Tarot. My name is Nick, and I'm going to read tarot cards today on Kash Patel and the FBI because of everything that's gone on. I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot right now for all of my tarot readers out there. I always have my description on the channel page. You click under where it says more if it's not in the description. I usually put them in the descriptions. I don't always remember. Okay, so Kash Patel. Show me Kash Patel and his involvement. Did he know about Charlie Kirk's assassination? What does he know? Show me Kash Patel. I've never read on Kash before. I do, to ask a whodunit sort of question, tarot doesn't give you names. It's only in case unless I get an intuition. It's my intuition that I might get that, but I'm not going to really get it with a reading like this, any kind of intuition. If I had you here in front of me, I could, but when these are figures that are sort of far away from us, for me personally, it's hard to get a name or anything like that. But what I do get and other readers get in tarot are birth signs. So I know Kash Patel is a Pisces, and he's working hard right now with the Eight of Pentacles. He's in that machine. In a couple of videos back, I talked about the big machine, that dark machine that runs government. You know what they call the deep state? What Kash Patel loves to talk about? He's a part of it. He's a little minion in it. And, what was he before? He's a lawyer. He was a lawyer at some point. He has a law degree. But what business does he have being in the FBI? Holding the big stick. This is what's crossing him. The truth. This guy is a severe liar and does not tell the truth, because that's what's crossing him. The truth he can never tell. He wants to escape. The Six of Swords, he can't wait to get out of there. I think that's why you don't hear too much from him. Everybody was afraid of Kash Patel getting a position in there. We barely ever hear about this guy. He's a lot of fluff. He's a lot of, bluster. There ain't nothing behind it. This is the Eight of Wands. Another sort of like wanting to remove, this character here wants to remove the wands, and there's a message going on there. So yeah, there's a lot of messaging going back and forth behind the scenes, and he wants to cut away the information that he knows about. He wants to get rid of the evidence, whatever that evidence is about. That's in the here and now. Let's look more into Kash Patel. He also writes children's books. That's the creative Pisces in him, I guess. Page of Pentacles. I'm a Pisces too, so I can laugh at that. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, he's kind of this, he's physically little. He's kind of this little part in the machine. He doesn't have a lot to say. Remember, he was going on vacation all the time too. And he's the little messenger. That's the overarching energy too. He's a very bit player in as far as having anything to say about what Donald Trump does or doesn't do. And he got rid of anybody of value in the FBI. So he's this little leader over the FBI, which is a joke. So what came out upside down was the magician. So yeah, this guy is a total manipulator. It was upside down, so it's stressing the extra amount of illusion this guy can produce. And, you know, I have to say, Pisces are very good with illusions. They like the imaginary, the things, you know, they have a great imagination, and this guy is good at a lot of different things and keeping things quiet or making you look over at something else. So he's good at the illusion delusion thing. He's a great manipulator. He can, when he wants to, he can mouth off and, you know. So the next card that came out for him, how he feels now. He is frightened. This is a paranoid card. Look at the eyeball. This person is sneaking around a corner. They think someone's watching them. Someone is watching them. So it's kind of funny that he's in the FBI, which is like an organization that watches people, that investigates. And he is so afraid, I think. Perhaps could it be the older generation of FBI agents with experience coming after him? That could be interesting. What else about Kash Patel? Oh, here come the neighbors again. Different neighbors though, I think. Page of Swords. Yeah, they're gonna come looking for you. This is in the environment position. They're watching you. It is not going unnoticed what you do, Kash. No, especially firing FBI agents long term. This is what they did their whole career and what they're proud of, and they went into it for the right reasons. You think they want to let this little piece of you know what get away with what he's doing? Yeah, they have the world. The world is watching Kash. The world of the FBI is watching him as well. Ooh, the tied up character here. Tied up in swords. This person, you know, Kash is really worried. The Ten of Swords. He might be leaving soon. So let's go take a closer look. So what does Kash Patel know? What's he about? What does he know about this whole assassination thing? So like I said, he's working hard. He's a part of the big machine. They got rid of all the FBI agents, anybody that was worth anything. He got rid of them. And they worked hard at it. Him and old Dan Bongino. But what's crossing him is the actual truth, and I believe it will come out about him. I believe there are watchers watching. I believe there are ex-FBI agents who still have the skills. They know how to use a computer, and they are watching this guy. And I think he knows that, and he's terrified, and he would like to get the heck out of Dodge. Anyway, anyhow, it was fun while it lasted. So the messages are coming in. He's got to do a lot of work with the messages about, you know, Epstein files and all that. He has, you know, he had to have those agents. He had 1,000 agents redacting Donald Trump's name. So he did put in a lot of, not him personally, but he had agents doing that. And I do think a little bird is going to bring about the message of what was going on. What were they, you know, redacting? Somebody is going to bring that message to these. There's going to be a spy or someone that tells these other FBI agents what's going on, what he knows. That's my intuition on it. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only. Just my opinion. The Page of Pentacles, this is the overarching situation. So I think he thinks he's a big man, but this is really who he is. This is the real Kash Patel. He's got a lot going on for sure. And he has his little maneuvers, his little pentacle. He has his own messaging that he puts out. But he's got tools, you know, he was a lawyer. He's got the mouth. But he's still a little player in this machine. He's working in the deep state. He is part of the deep state. He's not the main character though, but he does, again with this card, even though he's a small bit player, he can do a lot of damage and a lot of harm, and he's the master of illusions. He's terrified. I think he knows. He must have intuition being a Pisces. He probably knows people are watching him. That eye there in this card is watching. And, you know, he's watching every move he makes, every step he takes. He knows other FBI agents have been watching. They have their eye on him. They have the clarity. So between the Five of Pentacles, the being left out in the cold, he's scared to death. And I think he fears being kicked out of the FBI. And he knows he's being watched. There's analysis being done on him. The World card. So the world will eventually know. We'll eventually get the news on what happened here. And he is going to be really tied up. He's not in a good situation with the Ten of Swords. This is career ending. He should have never been in there, but his career is ending. I can tell you that from these cards. He can manipulate all he wants, and I'm going to look at, oops, this came out. The Chariot. I was going to look at him, the foundation card of him wanting to leave. And I also want to look at, the spying on him. So I'm going to first go with the Six of Swords. And this coming out, this is another card of moving on. Things about to get really crazy and people coming after you. This could be an FBI agent coming after you that's chasing you. Do former FBI agents have their eye on him? Is this true? Is this what's really happening in this reading, Spirit? Yeah, spy in the camp. The same exact card. 2 Page of Swords. The other card I was going to look at. So, yes, messages are getting out to the former FBI agents. What are they gathering on him? How much does this guy know? Oh, Queen of Wands just came out. A top official. Someone's going to be taking action, and soon, I think, because of the Chariot. There will be action taking on Kash Patel. You might not be able to get to Donald Trump, but you can sure get to him. The world is watching. Another world card. We have the world over here. So they're watching, and they have connections, I think, around the world that could help them. They have other connections. They have other ways of getting to him. Even though they're no longer in the FBI, they have all the skills. They could work for another company. Yeah, they're coming after him in swift action with the Knight of Swords. They're going to get their man. Come hell or high water, we will all celebrate. They're working in cahoots too. That's working together card. And it's for the people. It's for the country. These people mean business. Let's look more at the spying on him. How much do they have on him? Spirit, tell me, how much do they have on him? Okay, he's put out a lot of false things. So it's a lot to get through. They have a lot on him. There's a lot in this picture here. So they have a lot to look at. And he has done his, in his good little magician way, he has caused, you know, he has put a lot of illusion around himself and around the things that he's doing. But they're good at what they do. Look at that eye. Spying for the truth. They want to know the truth. So what are the other FBI agents doing? Yeah, they've already put, they already are almost finished. They've put the stuff out there. They just have to, I think the right timing is when to bring this all out. And they do have spies from overseas with that card. This is quick. This card is very quick. The Knight of Wands is a quick card and a very flamboyant card. So when the information comes out on him, it's going to be a lot. He's going to have to leave. Will he go to jail? He's going to have to leave where he's at. I believe the Republican Party is going to be outed because a lot of them will be outed before about this. But this is also speaking to me about he's going to owe some money too. He's made a lot of money in the FBI. They could be following the money. And they're going to get him on that. Oh, yeah, he's getting betrayed by someone who's in there right now. The betrayal is there. Someone with wealth is empowering, is giving the money for these agents to go after him. Someone in power. They will have their success. 6 of Wands. And yeah, justice will be done. It's all going to come out, and he will be outed in a big way in his connections with the Lovers card at the end. So his connection, people he's connected to, it's definitely going to come out. I want to also look at, just like with this whole Donald Trump assassination thing, which card can I read on? So they've been spying on him. What do I want to look at? How about the Justice, the Ace of Swords? Let's just look at what does he know about the assassination that occurred yesterday? Ooh, that's really dark stuff. He's involved deeply. He's trying to juggle it. They're trying to juggle the information that they're getting. It's very hard to get that information on it, but we know the truth will come out. They're going after the truth. The abuse of power, 5 of Swords. They're going to get him on the abuse of power, on helping Donald Trump. What else, Spirit? Tell me. They're keeping a lid on it right now. The Queen of Cups. Oh, this is the assassination. They know. They know. I don't know that they're going to let that out of the bag. The worry, the anxiety. They're going to worry him. They're going to send their own message. It's being looked into as we speak. And yeah, the Truth card. The Ace of Swords is clarifying the Ace of Swords. This is about accountability with the justice system. He was involved. It's a yes card. They're searching through it. They're gathering their information. He's worried. He perhaps knows about this. He was involved in this setup against Charlie Kirk. They're keeping a lid on all the information they had. It's still very murky and unclear, but they know he abused his power, and it's a juggling act. So I don't think Kash Patel will be long. He's guarding himself. I don't think he'll be long in the FBI, and I think that Assassination is going to open up a whole new can of worms, the death card. I think that's a good place to stop. Kash Patel is involved. The other old agents have got their eye on him. Just remember that, folks. It could take a while. It does seem they're on it right now. It could come out shortly, but you know the timing with tarot is difficult. Looks like they're charging through this information. Charges are going to come up for this guy, and like I said before, you might be doing things for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has his immunity. Kash Patel doesn't. Kash Patel does not, and who knows if Trump even likes him. So, on that note, there's more to come. Got lots of readings to do. Maybe not today, but I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.